My name is Samaila Mohammed Dukura. Here is the news from News and Current Affairs, Aluma Television Station. First, the headlines. Momaga confirms as new Editor General, local government. Hotel layers assure civil defense, total support, and cooperation in curbing criminal act in Zamfara State. Central Bank to replace some Naira note circulating in the country. WHO advocates for adequate security for effective service delivery. Flamingo crashes out of Under-17 FIFA Women's World Cup. Now the news in details. The Zamfara State House of Assembly has confirmed Malam Aminu Momaga as the Auditor General for local government in the state. This is contained in a statement signed by the Director General Press Affairs to the House, Malam Nasur Usman Biabiki, and made available to newsmen in Gusau, the state capital. According to the statement, Momaga was confirmed at the Assembly plenary chaired by the Deputy Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Alhaji Musa Bawa Musa Yankuzo. Presenting the request for the confirmation, the Deputy Leader of the House, Nasiru Bello Lawal, called on members of the House to consider and approve the nominee of Aminu Momaga for the position of Auditor General for local governments. Earlier, the Deputy Speaker read the nomination letter from Office of the Secretary to the State Government requesting the House to approve the nominee. Earlier, after deliberation by the lawmakers, the Deputy Speaker said that the Assembly confirmed the nominee to serve as the Auditor General for local government in the state. The Assembly also passed a bill into law for the establishment and the management of the State Mass Transit Authority. The State Commandant of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Zamfara State Command, Commander Muhammad Bello Muazu, has interfaced with the executive members of Hoteliers Association Zamfara State Chapter in the issue of insecurity bedeviling the state. This was contained in a statement signed by the Corps Public Relations Officer, Superintendent Eko Oche, and made available to newsmen in Gusau, the state capital. Commandant Muazu, while receiving the delegation of the Hoteliers Association, commended them for giving security agencies, especially the Corps, the needed cooperation to strip in the fight against insecurity in the state. He encouraged the association to continue to synergize with the Corps in order to achieve the desired objectives. Commandant Muazu advised the hoteliers to be observant and careful about suspected criminals that may come to lodge in their facilities, while encouraging them to always alert the security agencies in the advent of any suspicious movement around their facilities. Earlier, the chairman of the union, Alhaji Ilyasu Buhari, commended the effort of the commandant and his resilient zeal in the fight against insecurity in the few weeks of his assumption of office. He also reiterated the readiness of the association to cooperate with the Corps in the provisions of intelligent information, as well as encouraging the fight against insecurity in the state. The governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, has said that President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the designing of 3 Naira note by December 15. Addressing newsmen on Wednesday in Abuja, Mr. Emefiele said the Apex Bank will design 100, 200, 500 and 1,000 Naira notes. Mr. Emefiele noted that the redesign follow a widespread cases of counterfeiting of the higher denomination of 500 and 1,000 banknotes. He said that although global best practice is for the central bank to redesign, produce, and circulate new local legal tender every 5 to 8 years, the Naira has not been redesigned in the last 20 years. On the basis of this trend, problems, and the fact are in line with Section 19, subsection A and B of the CBN Act 2007. The management of the CBN sought and obtained the approval of President Muhammadu Buhari to redesign produce and circulate new series of banknotes 100, 200, 500 and 1000 naira respectively. He said that CBN has concluded arrangement for the new currency to begin circulation from December 15, 2022. Emefiele added that both the new and the existing currency shall remain legal tender and circulate together until January 31st, 2023, when the existing currency shall cease to be legal tender. You are watching the news from Aluma television station. Before we go on break, let us remind you of our headlines. Mamanga confirms as new Editor General for local governments. Hoteliers assure civil defense total support and cooperation in curbing criminal act in Zamfara State. Central Bank to replace some Naira notes circulating in the country. In part 2, when we returns, WHO advocates for adequate security for effective service delivery. Flamingo crashes out of Under-17 FIFA World Cups. We'll be right back.
A madadin iyalan gidan marigayi Alhaji Shugaba Ya'u, wakilin Sabon Gari Gusau, da na marigayi Alhaji Abdullahi ADG suna gayyatar 'yan uwa da bakan arziki zuwa wajen ɗaurin auren 'ya'yansu Malam Barak Muhammad Ya'u da kuma Najaha Abdullahi ADG, wanda za a yi a ƙofar gidan Alhaji Muhtar Muhammad Filin Yari, Birnin Ruwa Gusau, ranar Asabar 29 ga watan Oktoba shekara 2022 da karfe 12 na rana, insha Allah. Da fatan Allah ya ba da ikon zuwa, amin.
You are watching the news from News and Current Affairs Aluma television station here in Gusau. Now the rest of the news. The World Health Organization (WHO) and United Nations Children's Education Fund (UNICEF) and other development partners have appealed to Zamfara State government to give adequate security for the successful conduct of upcoming immunization vaccination exercise. The WHO representative in the state, Yusuf Argungu, made the call at the state task force meeting on immunization held at Deputy Governor's office on Tuesday. According to him, the call was imperative considering the insecurity levels as a result of banditry activities in some part of the state. That is the news from Aluma television station. But before we go, let us remind you of our major headlines. Mamanga confirms as new Editor General for local governments. You heard that hoteliers assure civil defense total support and cooperation in curbing criminal act in Zamfara State. You also heard that Central Bank to replace some Naira note circulating in the country. And we also told you that Flamingo crashes out of Under-17 FIFA Women's World Cup. Be a patriotic citizen and report any suspicious movement around you. On behalf of the production crew, the news editor, I am Samail Mohammed Tukur Kaura saying bye for now.